I'm a D4 lad now. I play D4. Oh, the London. I'm ready. Okay, 10-minute chess. That's how we like to play. Pawn out, pawn up. That's the way we like to chess. Are you gonna do it? I don't think you. Come on. If you did it, you would make me the happiest person that you've ever seen. This is the accelerated London system. I think everybody's familiar with it. Can you release chess lessons for chess babies trying to become average level players? Honestly, you should just watch like Levy's videos. You should consume chess content from people who are not only good at chess, but who are good at instructing. And there's lots of material out there. I would definitely not suggest, you know, learning from me just because I have some kind of bitter charisma or something. Yeah, Levy's not just great at chess, he's a good teacher as well. He does have too much hair. Yes, I can't disagree with that. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish with all that hair. Like, it's almost like he's just trying to, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's flexing. He's like, check it out, look how much hair I have. Come on, man. Not everybody out there can grow it. They might get offended or whatever. All right, so nothing has happened in this game so far. That's not how I like it, because I like to get weird. What if we did queen to a4, followed by knight to f5? No, I think I kind of hate it. What about... I think I like queen to b3. And then we'll try to put... we probably should have put bishop on d3 first, because knight to this is pretty powerful. But I mean, I guess if he does knight to that, we just take. Oh. Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I see what you're doing here. So, like, if we go like this, he goes here for check. We trade bishop for knight, which is not great. But then, like, here's what I like about this, okay? So you might think, oh, man, he's going to have this very powerful bishop here. And it does screw up this pawn structure a little bit. But then if we do this, it threatens his bishop that's on this square. But it also threatens this fork, and we have the bishop there supporting it. So if I play it through in my head, he thinks he's cheeky. We go like there. He goes here, check. Take, take. Knight to here. He has to find something to defend the fork on this square, but simultaneously he also has to defend the bishop. So I wonder if he doesn't do something like bishop takes, which does give him a pawn. Then I go check. He's forced to move the king. I kind of like this line. Sorry, I think we went too far. No, hear me out here. What if we went check first? I'm going to start there. Something must be wrong with this. It doesn't feel right. Now we're off the line with the bishop, too. Hold on. This isn't the nasty move. This is the nasty move. But if I castle, like, how do I get out of this? This is pretty terrible. Time is going to be an issue. You could always castle. But then you're kind of like destroyed on the castle. Yeah, I gotta be honest. Like, I think I hate this. And then I've done it to myself. You're gonna laugh, dude. But I'm like, what if we just did? What if we did king to d2? You know what? Let's Bong Cloud. Yeah. We're going Bong Cloud strats. Okay, so you're getting ready for one heck of a push there, is what this... Oh, no, you're stopping me from making the fork move. Understandable. Well, why don't you... It's not really a... Okay, hold on. Dunka? You might not even try to escape. Because there's no real way out of that for you. I don't really like you there, to be clear, but I think we can get away with it. I don't have time to hold on. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I haven't played chess in a bit. Well, I mean, I played like some 3-minute yesterday. Oh my god. The world's greatest gamer has long gone? I really don't like what I've done with the place. It's pretty busted. Queen's not looking so hot. Pretty trapped, but I don't think I can get... I don't think I'm fully trapped yet. Let me put it that way. Because he can't do this. I mean, he can do that, but then we just... All of a sudden, we gotta... Sorry, it would be like this. Then all of a sudden, we're opened up. I mean, it does leave this in a bad spot, but... I think, you know, bad spot is kind of relative right now. B5 just F's your queen. It's just, and then, yeah, and then you take, and then he takes, and then you take, right? Like, what's the, maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think so. I will do, what if you move the knight to here? I would be in love. No, I would not be in love. I thought I can get a discovered check. Unfortunately, the discovered check doesn't finish the job. Dude, you know what? I'm like, I think he got me. Hold on. Because I was like, I'll go here. How did he puzzle this line out? This is amazing. I go here. He goes there. No, because then I take him. He goes, I don't know what happens, but this has to happen next. That's for certain. Then I take this, right? Maybe it's not as bad as it looked. I mean, it looked really bad for a bit there. Could have forked on c4. Wouldn't I just take his knight, though? Could I not? Was there like a discovered check there or something? Oh, then his queen takes... Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Now we're talking. So we can't capture the knight or we lose the rook. That's... On the other hand, we would also get this bishop out of there. We've only got 3 minutes, so we got to be a little cautious. I mean, I kind of want to go for like an all-out attack here. The problem is like take. We don't want to swap queens. Think we prefer... It's a little slower, but it puts the knight under a forced move, even though it might not look like it at first. And if the knight moves, we get the bishop. This is where we start to make it back. I wanted to thank you. I just bodied my 6-year-old cousin in chess. Oh, baby. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Okay, so he's taken there. Can't blame him. We take the knight for free because we can. I have now doubled my rooks, so this is fine. You know what's a neat play here? Hold on. I know that, like, that's cool. What about this? Pin the queen. He takes. Wait, there's a secondary part of this that's good. There was a cheeky play. No, wait, that wasn't it. It was this. Threaten the queen, and then if he takes, you put him in check. No, first... Look, I want to, but I don't think we can. I think we got to start like this. It's almost there. I swear to you, it's almost there. We just need one more check, but we can't check him here because obviously this will be like a disaster. I think we're... I don't know. This might not be so bad for him now that I look at it. Or maybe he's totally screwed. We're kind of going all in here. He has to use the bishop to block. I'm up on material. Why am I sweating this so much? We're cool because we're way down on time. That explains it. Okay, so now this bishop is trapped, which is awesome. I don't really want to give him a free move. We got to start moving a little quicker here. Let's get this bishop out of the way. Don't have a lot of time for this endgame. I would love you to move the bishop. I'm just going to be straight up with you. He can't put me in check, which is important. We can keep him kind of locked down here. We definitely want to swap. That's a gimme. This is looking really good. Timing a little spicy. But that's okay. I mean, I think you can start to pass the pawn. Force him to do something here. That's my take. Let's force him to do something here. Can always just hide. Don't need to worry about getting trapped here. Not concerned. This is now sprung too. And it doesn't actually make his bishop any stronger to lose this, because like there's nowhere for them to go. Unexpected. Little unexpected. And now you can afford to make mistakes here. Like, we have it covered. And then you can do this. Okay, what are you going to do? You going to take this? You get a free pawn. You just lose the game. Okay. Got a little lucky at some points of that match, maybe. Got a little lucky. But that was a hot one. That attack got pretty fun down towards the end there. I should really like learn the London before I play more of it. Yeah, we were down by a piece. 93% accuracy though, that's not too bad. Okay, this book moves. Book moves all the way down. Best moves. They prefer the knight. Okay, so I guess like what's the reasoning here? You're gonna take this and then you're just gonna keep. Excuse me, I got a brilliant move. Excuse me. Oh! It took me 20 years. We finally got one brilliant move. If I had to guess what the brilliant move was, I'm trying to think. It could be a complete accident. Dude, what if it's the bong cloud? What if it's the bong cloud? I'm just saying, this is like a 5 million view YouTube video if it's the bong cloud. This is like hearing your song on the radio for the first time. It's not the bong cloud, but let me tell you, I have never in my life seen this symbol before. That's still pretty sick. That's the only move. I don't know if it is, because, I mean, maybe what they thought was like, oh, you're definitely going to lose your queen, so you might as well, like, take the knight with it or something. Oh. I don't. What did they think was the best move? Well, they're like, now it's a5. Come on. Let's play this line out. Let's see what happens, okay? So, like, what they want is probably this. But we're still winning here. That's crazy, dude. So we take, I assume. No, it's okay, bishop takes. That's surprising. So this must be part of the brilliance. And then you're going to take here. But I'm still up. You know what it is? I think it's like this. We take, and then, you know, you're like, okay, of course he's going to take. And then we take, maybe? No, not quite. Oh, you know what? It leads to a queen trap at some point. Like, literally right here. That is, dude. Oh, it's very simple. So the best move here was to give up your queen so that you could trap. Oh, sorry. So you could trap their queen much later. You got to think 75 moves ahead for that. But a brilliant move, just to save it. That's why you did it? No, what's funny is that I did the much simpler line. I just went like, go up. And they're like, yeah. Wow, I never considered that. Okay, but if I... Oh, no, this is what happens if they play this. Sorry. You're right. This is what happens if I did this and then they followed it with a logical move. But instead, they went like that, and that's just like literally 8 points down. Oh, my God. Because then we do this. No, they're... Oh, dude, you're right. Any chance to get like another piece into the attack would be 6 city, right? They want you to bond cloud. Dude, I'm still like... If they could just make it so that... that the bond cloud was brilliant. That actually is probably worth like 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. All right, hold on. I'm gonna... This is in the interest of content. I'm gonna just turn off the screen region for one moment, and I'm gonna click on our brilliant move, and then I am going to use the snipping tool. And we're gonna copy this message, and we're gonna tweet it to Gotham right now. And we're going to put some shade on it. Like, don't be mad about it, but we're going to put some shade on it. It's going to look like this, okay? It's going to say... He tweeted 1 minute ago, too, so he can't escape this. @ Gotham Chess. Maybe I am too good for Pog Champs after all. Tweet. Ooh. 27 likes and 50 likes in 2 seconds. Okay. Now let's go back. I can't... That's like the weakest brilliant move I think you could ever make, but you know, I'm happy to have it regardless. All right. I don't even want to look at the rest of the analysis. It disgusts me to see any moves that are not double exclamation points with a blue circle. Ready. Badger dog. It's all downhill from here. I just want... Oh, the Trompowski attack. Raptor variant. He replied and said, bro, it's the only move. He doesn't know. He doesn't know, dude. It's not the Raptor variant. For the record. I wish it were. No, I would never tweet Levy and say, that's why you're not a GM. It's like insanely rude. He's not a GM because he didn't tweet chess.com and say, please make me a GM. I'm a big time YouTuber. And then they just did it before they even vetted whether or not you're like popular at all. That's the real secret. I gotta be honest, I'm pretty cheesed off. Like, don't I just get blown out by c4 here? Like, this bishop becomes literally useless. I think we absolutely have to take on c5. Okay. Congrats. Congrats, you moved your queen. Is that what you were looking forward to? So there's meat in this line. Check this out. Can't be killed. Threatening the fork. And then if he goes, well, then just take him, dude. Just frickin' take him. Something. Maybe this is bad. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, wait. What if he puts me in check here? Then we just go like this. And then he's got 2 pieces under threat. Is bad for business? I don't know. This is, in my house, we call this getting weird. Let's get weird. Oh, dude. I mean, I'll take this trade like... Well, you know what? We don't have to... we should take the trade. I'll take this trade 10 times out of 10. I still don't really like bishop to b5 because, like, he wants to play the knight here anyway. I mean, I get to develop the bishop with the check for sure, but, like, it also lets him develop the knight for free. I'd rather threaten some cool stuff. He wants to give up the bishop pair. I mean, I can't just play this again. That's like, it's asinine. Unless. You know what? You know, it'd be super loco. Bishop to c4. What if we just played c4? I'm not thinking at all of what's happening here. c4 is actually, I'm realizing now, yeah, it's horrible. Because it forces us to bond cloud or to block. But this time the bond cloud is really bad. So here's how I think this goes. Take, check. We can, you know what? We're going to end up on the bond cloud square. We're at least we're going to end up on the bond cloud square. Doesn't that excite you? So he's going for the discovered attack instead. I'm like, this will do king to c2. And we'll do what's called a, this is called the Canadian castle. Yeah, we don't want to get forked out of our gourd. Or pinned, because like bishop takes is fine, but then we just get pinned like a son of a gun. Like a boss, you know what I mean? Now I think we can take and we'll be okay. I don't know. I don't know if I'd say this is a winning position, but I don't consider it that bad. Like you, okay, fine, put me in check. What happens after that? Guess what? I'm castled. Oh, he's got to defend the pawn. All right, well, in that case, give him one of these. It's one of those things where I'm like, if I were more confident, I feel like we could play an endgame where we have the bishop, he has the knight, and that's it, and we win. But I'm not that confident right now, which is maybe a symptom of some other, you know, maybe that's part of my problem. So I think what I'm worried about, we got tons of time here to think about, but like, if we do this, it's not good. He puts us in check. Well, not in check, but sorry, this is pinned. We do that. No, that's horrible. He just takes it. visualization sector's a little bit off. You might think, like, why don't you just take the pawn? Well, you're trading your bishop for 2 pawns. It's not actually that good at all. So we're going to allow him, essentially, to double up on his rooks right now. I think it's okay. So check this out. I think we do this. I go here. He probably puts me in check. I fade away. He can't move this or he'll lose this. Now we have a very powerful open file for our rook. If he goes here with his rook, we just trade. So we knew this was coming. This seems totally fine to me. This actually seems totally fine to me. I don't want him to move the knight. Okay, I actually do not want to trade either. That was a strong move. But now that I think about it, we can take this pawn, but I start to get a little scared, right? Because I'm like, okay, we take that pawn. He can't do this anymore. But he can do this. And then I go here, and it's like... It's a long trip. It's a long trip to get out there. I'm not sure if it's worth it. We could probably do it, but I'm not totally convinced that it's actually good. So I think what might be nice instead is just your classic little rook doubling first, so that we can take complete control of the file. I'm not sure it's worth it. I'm taking the more conservative approach right now. He is also doubled up. This is such a good move for him that I'm considering taking like some tempo off just so I can do this. Because otherwise, like if I do this and he goes here, I kind of lose my... No, that's actually still fine, I think, because we just take this pawn. Okay, so we double up now. If he does this, we just take the pawn, and then we're in an awesome position. Now, I'm pretty sure that life is great. Maybe. I still don't want to swap, is the thing. I want to take this. We can force him to do something with it. He might just move it. Like, you'd think, like, dunk, take, check, check. That leaves us tied. It leaves us tied, I think. Knight, bishop, rook, rook. And then with this, I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm kind of blown out. This is a complicated game, dude. What if we now took this? So we take this pawn. He goes here. Ah, interesting. Then I'm forced to move my... Oh, check. Dunk. Where do we go after that, though? Because the problem is if he moves his knight to here, this pawn is now protected, so he can do the same trap he did on us earlier. There is a piece of me that's like, you know what? What if we did this? And then if he does this... How do you feel about this? It's like there's... And then I'm like, what if we did this? No, it's bad. It's actually horrible. I would like to offer you a draw. I think we're winning. I just don't know if I have the capabilities to get there. Well, he's going to let me simmer on that. Okay, let's try this then. So you're right to be concerned about time, but like it's not maybe as big of a deal as you might originally think, if that makes sense. Like, it's not a small deal, don't get me wrong. But it's if he goes here, he's checkmated. So let's see if he takes the bait. But in an... You don't want to take the draw, huh? Oh, NL has 3 minutes. The other guy's got 7 minutes. I wouldn't accept the draw offer either. Well, I also wouldn't have done king to e7. Yeah, you would have, dummy. It's the Bond cloud. Given the choice, everybody takes the Bond cloud. Let's look at the analysis there. It's a close game. He was up by 1.68 at one point. I freaking told you we were in like a 1 position. I just couldn't get it. Dude, I'm feeling switched on right now. I'm feeling like I'm playing good gaming. Good gaming. All right, let's take a look at this one. We've been playing better at chess. Okay, so we're doing, this is the Trumpowski attack. They do think it's better for black, but it's kind of fun as well. And that's all I care about. Well, they really prefer c3, huh? What about po? I guess that makes sense. Because like the way you think about it is like, okay, with c3, with c3, if he takes and you take, this is like a really nice pawn structure. Although I guess maybe you probably get checked at some point and then, I don't know. They probably would not take, is my guess. Let's just evaluate it. They think it's good. They prefer controlling the center, though. But instead, the way we played it is like if they take, I take. It's still not bad, but it's not as good. Oh, yeah, because they want you to take with the queen. That's how bad it is. Anyway. -2? What does -2 mean? Is that the temperature outside in Winnipeg? It's a German joke. Okay, I'll allow it. I allow all jokes that I agree with. Okay, this was a move where I was like, I have no idea what this guy's doing. They think that's fine. No problem. Then they were like, for the love of God. Just notice that the pawn is actually completely takeable. Okay, so what do we do if they do that? Were I them, I would swap. And then play this. Yeah, okay. And then you're like, there's a fork. It's really bad. Okay, hold on. So that seems like... All right. If you ever get yourself into that situation again, it's very simple. Just remember to take the pawn. Instead, we did this. But I honestly thought there was a chance this might be a brilliant move, but apparently not. They did that anyway. We did this, and they actually prefer our position, and then they love that move. And this is where I started to be like, I think I'm being silly, but the game actually thinks we're in a 1 position, or a winning position, which is kind of surprising to me. They still think we're winning. Remember? I said it's a little weird. And then I actually thought it was a mistake, but then the computer's like, nah, dude, you're good. They did this, I did this, they did this. I took, and they still think we're winning. And then they did this, which I think is wrong. Never mind. And we did this. Is that what we did? It is what we did. An inaccuracy that screwed up our position. 0.11 isn't 1. It's true, I guess. If you're an international master. As a former grandmaster, I think that as soon as I see a 0.0001 repeating, of course, advantage, I know that I can just grind my opponent into a fine paste. Okay, so they're like, you should take. I said, no, thank you. I was wondering, like, what if they just played b5 next? Is a horrible blunder because you take their rook for free. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's a good point. I was just testing to see if the computer knew that that was a blunder. Okay, so they did that, and you're like, what? Then I get to take, and we're dead even. They thought that was the best move. You love to see it? They thought that was a good move. They thought that was fine. Good. Best move? Not taking the pawn was the best move? Look at that. We knew that was coming. Anti-Bond cloud. And then they're like, this is where I was like, we could take the pawn. And they say no. They say, don't take the pawn, sir. Taking the pawn is a bad idea. Basically even. Basically even. Now they're like, what? Is this where, okay, we're pogging. This is where pogs set in. We're now up by 3. They like it decently enough. They hate it. They're like, attack the pawn. Oh, yeah, you know what? That's actually a much better move. And I'll tell you why, all right? So here, you're like, well, why would I do this? Because we're not going to get this pawn. It's already protected. And actually, no, it's still really good. It's because it threatens mate in 1. Because this is a ladder mate. So they have to do something to respond to this. And I think the only way they can respond to it is with that. No? C7 instead? Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, and then we take the pawn, and then you win the endgame because you're up by a pawn. I think that's how it goes. That would have been a better move, but luckily he moved into the mate.